Today we're going to be looking at Grim Hex, the criminal haven in the asteroid belt outside of Yella. And if you've been there before, you know you learn how to spot it from further away. And if you haven't, as always, you can re-spool and see how close you are to it. There are the asteroids. It only has a few landing spots, and they're all pretty easy to find. You have to slowly navigate around some rocks and stuff like that, but it's really not that tricky. So this will be a little bit different depending on which pad you land on, but as long as you follow signs for the airlock, then you will find your way indoors. Sometimes this door specifically has this invisible hump. You should be able to walk over it. Airlock. This is the biggest pad, I believe, and it has its own airlock door right there. And there's another one up these stairs over there. They all take you to pretty much the same place. The Grim Hex lobby. So first things first, here are your ASOP terminals. And then this is the other airlock that I would have come in if I'd gone up those stairs. There isn't much else to do up here. Elevators 1 and 2 here will take you down to the rest of Grim Hex. There's a back area here with more elevators, 1 through 4, but they don't seem to do anything. And if you run up here, take a little left and go down this hallway, there is a cool area to explore briefly. Close the airlock. Don't know what's going on with him, but... And you have this, like, cool, broken up part of the station. Explore it at your leisure. You may have noticed that we don't have a comms array symbol, and we are completely out of any jurisdiction. So as long as you are in Grim Hex, you aren't accountable for any of your crime stat. Bounties can't kill you for money and blah blah blah. Unfortunately, that bubble is really small. So you pretty much only have to fly like, I don't know, 1,000 meters away from the station. And frequently, if you try to hide out here with a crime stat, bounty hunters will be waiting to lay prey on you. So when you come out of the elevators, first you have the R38 bar. There's not really anything notable in here. You can keep going around and out the backside, but we'll get to that later. We're gonna do this bottom crescent left to right. First, if you go all the way to the left, you get to a store with a bunch of TVs. Go inside. When you have to buy, there's nothing here. It's all destroyed. But there are Cryptokeys. Now, there are a few different kinds of Cryptokeys, then they all cost different amounts. The Wallace being the cheapest one, and I believe the Ripper is the most expensive one. They do have different values. The more money you pay, the less you have to reconfirm the process whenever you're using the Cryptokey. But I'm sure you've seen that, or I will do a video on that separately. Now, if you're coming in here and looking for a man named Ruto, you have to come back to the back room and actually push this console. That's Ruto. Now, he's telling me the terminal is experiencing technical difficulties because I don't have a quest to meet him or talk to him right now. But if you do, you come here and you push that, and you are good to go. Going back out. The Crescent. Admin. And of course, we have our admin services, where you can do refining and trading. This is one of the places that will let you sell drugs. Oh, and here's the shipping box. I ran right past it. Depending on what patch we're in, determines the quantities of drugs that you can sell here. Sometimes they only let you nickel or dime your drugs. Sometimes you can do a lot. All right, so now going down the center hallway. First, don't forget to admire the lighting. Admire it. So sexy. Oh my goodness. Ooh. All joking aside, it really is good. There's another quest giver down here. His name is Wallace. Hi, Wallace.
The hell you want?
I also don't have a quest with him, so he doesn't want to talk to me. Wallace often gives you drug dealing quests. You'll pick up the drugs from here. Sometimes also you pick up Cryptokeys from here when you do the comms array quests. Actually, if you want a Cryptokey for free, you can accept a comms array quest, pick it up, and then not actually do the quest, and you get to keep it. His quests don't actually pay that much money. Usually only 2,000 UEC, sorry. But what they do is they give you a quest marker to the locations where you can purchase drugs in bulk. So there's not really a reason to take his quests unless you plan on buying a bunch of them and selling them throughout the universe like a good citizen. Next, we have some light shopping. Just a clothing store. Shoes, jackets, hats, all of the weird styles that are featured in Star Citizen. So let's go up the stairs now behind the elevators. There's this catwalk here. There's only one store back here, and that's on this side. Excuse me. It's a weapons and arms store, but even more importantly, it has all the food and the water. It features some of the coolest armor, I think. Like, this is my favorite helmet in the game. This suit's pretty badass. You got this guy, whatever he is, this Mad Max dude. And all the weapons you could ever want. So if you're at Grim Hex, you're probably going to come here for one reason or another. So this door takes us to the second level by the elevators. Excuse me, jeez. These are all the different living quarters here on the balcony. Any of which can be the ones that you spawn in. We'll go in there in a second. They're all kind of a mess. It's kind of like Levski on drugs. So also on the balcony, directly across from the elevators, this little hole I skipped is another store selling ship systems and components. Pretty straightforward. Oh, what's this? Some kind of seltzer. Smelt? Okay. Why don't I ever get to purchase that? You can jump down off of this if you're feeling impatient, but don't accidentally fall down there. That's a bummer. There is one final cool area I'd like to look at, and it's if we go all the way back to this first hallway that we went down. You pass the store with Ruto and the Cryptokeys. Keep going. This left door is the backside of the R38 bar, and we're going to go right to this totally destroyed area. Into this 0G part of the station. You can fly through here and look at the busted up part of how the glorious station that used to be, that is no longer. It's one more prime example of how much attention to detail has gone into making some of the places in this game, even if they serve no gameplay function besides just getting to explore them and have fun, which I personally think is valuable. You can even fly out here, and all of a sudden, you're outside the station. Don't forget to take some screenshots. So that's it for Grim Hex, the little criminal network nestled in the asteroid field outside Yella. It's one of my favorite places to spend time, and not just because my crime stat doesn't matter, but because the food and water are in a really easy to get place in the weapon store and armor store. Some of the armor styles are my favorite, so if I have a character reset or lose them because I died for some reason, I can get them back. Also, I just think it's really cool looking. I hope this helps, and good luck in the verse.